What is good, gang? I am running a bit late today. I had issues with my mic once again, but I've been on the tools trying to fix it for the last 20 minutes. And I think I finally got it sorted. Regardless, man, let's get back into the charts. We're running slightly late. It is 11:41 right now, so 10 minutes into market open, and I'm just going to run through what I've been looking at so far in the charts. First off, we've taken all-time highs on ES. So NQ and ES are both sitting above all-time highs. This complicates things for me as someone who's targeting draws on liquidity. It just sort of makes things a little bit harder for me. I've done a lot of reflecting the past few hours, and just tonight I've done a lot of reflecting on my trades the past couple of days. I've been sitting on the low time frames too much, and draws on liquidity have not been obvious, and this is another day when draws on liquidity are not obvious to me. We have these equal lows all the way down here. We have Asian lows, and we have just all of this liquidity down here, really. This is what ES is looking like, and then over here on NQ, we have these equal lows down here, and we have Asian lows, and obviously just plain liquidity to target. So I'm bearish today because of the fact that we don't have anything above us. Now, this is going to be really nice if we can close below this, but what am I looking at coming into today? Over here on ES, it was a bit more obvious. We had both of these equal highs. Now, I was looking for this to get taken earlier in the day. It's now been taken, and we've been reacting off of that. I would like, ideally, to see us keep following through as a reaction off of that. What do I need to see in order for me to take a trade with that as my basis? Is I need to see manipulation to take out liquidity and then rotate on down. And so what am I looking for confirmation that this leg is going to continue down? Is I'm literally looking for something like this. We've created an SMT, market's opened, we've ripped, we've taken out this draw on liquidity here. I'll quickly mark that out. But we've taken out this draw on liquidity and created a bearish SMT. What do I need to see in order for me to remain bearish and know that this isn't going to be a bullish SMT? Because obviously we're still sitting way up here on ES, whereas NQ is much lower. I need to see us disrespect this low, because that was my issue yesterday. This was my issue on Tuesday. I didn't see us disrespect the low, and it ended up creating a bullish SMT, taking us out. So for me to be bearish, I need to see a 15-minute candlestick close that isn't closing like this. See how we're just it's almost like we're bottom wicking it. We have gone well below it, but this could still just be a retracement to balance out, especially 4-hour price action right now. We have this imbalance that we need to take into consideration. So at the moment, it's all still a little bit up in the air, purely because of the fact that we've had manipulation, we have SMTs, potential SMTs in both directions, and my bias and my draw on liquidity for the day is just unclear. It's sort of looking right now. If I was to say anything right now, I think this is going to be a bullish SMT. And I think that we're going to rip. We've already manipulated, and if we've failed to come lower on ES after that manipulation, that is what's going to push me to be bullish for the day. Where do I want to target for longs is the only issue, and that's something that's kind of difficult. As someone that's playing off liquidity and targeting liquidity in the market, that's sort of the only issue I'm having right now with even looking for a long. But yeah, man, other than that, that is my thought process going into today. I'm taking it very slow. I am honestly just wanting to avoid trades that aren't obvious. And it just sucks. I had 2 losing days, and looking back at them, it just didn't need to be like that. I didn't need to lose those days, and there's nothing worse than looking back at a day and just thinking that you've rushed it. And I sort of just think that I rushed into them. I've been super just on edge recently, not even just in the charts or just in life. Like, I feel like everything lately has just been so I've just been pushing so hard in everything. And so I've just been on edge for results and looking for results in the charts because I'm putting so much time into it. And obviously, if you've got those external emotions coming into the charts, it's just not ideal. So that's sort of something I've been dealing with lately. And I don't know, that's for another day. But right now, it sort of looks like we're actually reacting off of this bullish SMT. But anyways, today I'm really just trying to take it slow. I don't want to take anything unless it's super clear to me. And I want to get back to that mentality that I have been in the past couple of weeks, where I'm so happy stepping off the charts and I'm so happy just leaving the charts be. Like, I don't need to be sitting in here. Realistically, if I could take 2 winning trades a month, happy days. You're a profitable trader. That's enough to pass an eval a month if you're playing aggressively. And yeah, honestly, I'm just trying to come in today super fresh because recently it's just hasn't been quite right for a guy like me. So anyways, that manipulation was also filling in a 15-minute imbalance early into market open. Oh, we've just bottom worked here as well. We just manipulated these lows over here on ES. That is looking nice for a long again. What have we retraced into? We haven't retraced into anything on ES. That's the only issue. NQ's provided that retracement, but ES just failing to give us sort of any bearish movement so far today. They're contradicting themselves at the moment, which I don't really like. Macro is about to open, but I mean, you can see here we have wicks in every direction. If we go into the 1 minute time frame, it's gonna look like shit. Yeah, like, this isn't price action that I want to be trading in unless I can see a clear indication that we're gonna get out of it. NQ's continuing to move bearish, which is honestly leading me to believe that this is going to be the move for the day, is probably going to be bears. If we've also failed to respect this bullish SMT, then there's a higher chance that this liquidity sweep is just going to remain. I'll see how this 15-minute candlestick closes, I imagine. Sells are the obvious play over here on ES, like on NQ. Like I said, I'd need to see us disrespect this low, which we have. We're not reacting off of that at all, which means that I'm pretty confident in shorts now. It's just not ideal price action here, but if we can sort of see something a bit clearer start to appear, yeah, I'm liking sells so far today. There's nowhere for us to go to the upside. That's the main thing to take into account today. There's nothing to the upside. There's so much price action that we can come down and balance. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't want to move bearish today. Because at all-time highs, we're going to expect profit taking. And I think that'll be the sort of notion of today. See how this... I think I'm going to see how this 15-minute candlestick closes, because my draws on liquidity are Asian and equal lows down here. Even this one too. This is a pretty significant low. Okay, it's pretty clear where the market's going to head now. NQ is just absolutely dumping. ES following suit here, but we're lagging really far behind. We will 100% take that low right there. If we could see some sort of a retracement and a rejection right now, I would be happy to take a short and begin to scale into a position. Starting to get a little leg up here. I really need to hope that my, if you guys haven't seen my video from last night, my chart bugged. My top step completely cooked me last night and entered me on NQ when I literally pressed buy for ES. I think I must have switched it too fast and then pressed buy too fast and it entered me on the wrong thing. So I need to make sure that doesn't happen today. I will be entering with full risk today as well. There's not much news. There's no news to consider. So in terms of something that I need, there's nothing to de-risk for. And this is pretty clear price action if I am being dead honest. So this is another thing. In live charts, like obviously we're sitting in live charts right now, I don't want to take a short if the 15-minute candlestick is going to close like this. Because that to me, even though we've come right down here, if the 15-minute candlestick is going to close way up here, that is a very telltale indication that we're not going bearish today. That's a telltale sign that we've already made the extension, we've created an SMT, and we're getting such strong legs up now that unless we see some sort of indication that we are that this is just a retracement on the lower time frames to then rotate back down, then I'm obviously going to be open to taking a short. But if not, then I'm going to be flipping my bias to take longs. All of these time frames are looking really weak in terms of bearish movement. And now that NQ's actually rotated back on up, super strong confidence that we are going to be moving bullish today. It's the importance of the 15-minute time frame, man. It is so valuable to me at the moment, and I'm just using and abusing it. Realistically, if you look at this, 2 bottom wicks on the 15-minute time frame. We've filled in an imbalance, and now we're starting to get legs up. Had a retracement here. Now we're getting legs up. We don't have any sort of inverse model to take a trade off of, and I don't like to enter off 1 minute breaker structures. Otherwise that would be an entry there. Ideal entry for me is going to be, yeah, look at that. Very clear long today. In terms of going targeting any further than this high, not for me. But I'm happy to take a long up to these draws on liquidity. Ideally taking it on ES. Just because it's the leading index here. Okay. Ideal entry model for me would be a retracement and then a rejection on the 1 minute time frame. Gonna clean up my chart a little bit here. Okay. I kind of want to place a position here. Restore, it's not very good. And I'd like to enter just on the leading index just to be safe that we're not going to create a bearish SMT off these highs. Come on, give us something, please. Whoa, Rip City. Very clear where we're going to head now. Very clear. I would enter, but literally not worth any sort of risk right now. I won't even get a 1-to-1 on that. And that's on the lagging index as well. On the lagging index. Not for me, man. If we can see a retracement rejection, I will place a position. News just released. Shit. Okay. I'll take it slow because I do still think that we could rotate on down. Whether this was just another manipulation move, it's hard to tell. And I'm not open to taking a long now that we've taken out the drawn liquidity over here on ES. This is where I'm going to wait for the 15-minute time frame to clear things up for me. Yeah, we got good draws on liquidity here. Like if you look at ES especially, 1 low, 2, we have low resistance here, low resistance here, low resistance here. Just this whole run, obviously we're sitting down on a low time frame, but it's just everywhere through here. And we also failed to make that retracement. I don't even believe that we touched into that 4-hour imbalance. Yeah, we still have this 4-hour imbalance untouched down here as well. So I think that shorts are still very much on the cards today. Bearish SMT is looking really good. How many times have we flipped bias today? Is this our third time sort of flipping what we're looking for? No, I'm happy so far with how we've managed the charts. Nothing too aggressive and nothing too passive as well. Like I think staying super analytical today is just the goal. Okay. Could see an inversion model here. If I see an inverse fair value gap to the downside, I will be happy to begin scaling into a position. There's not a lot happening right now. It's 10 past 12. So it's not always lower volume at this time, but a lot of the time this is when the volume starts to die off. I'm still open to taking a trade. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of the times the better setups that are lasting at the moment are happening at about 12:30 at night. So still open. Realistically, if we can see like 15-minute time frame once again, looking really good for shorts. We've whipped this top, and same thing here, absolutely beautiful. Issue, 3-minute time frame looking very bullish, 5-minute time frame looking very bullish. I need to see an inversion of this fair value gap here on NQ. That's not going to give us the best risk to reward. And in terms of draws on liquidity, this isn't as good as ES. So ideally for me is I'm taking a trade off of this inversion here, likely this one here, just because this is super minuscule, and targeting TP1 and TP, I'd probably just go TP1 here, see what sort of risk to reward we can get here, and then look to target down here depending on what the market is showing us at that time. But so far the 15-minute time frame is looking good for shorts on both. 5-minute time frame is difficult just because of how big this imbalance is. This isn't ideal at all, and that's probably why I'm sort of being pushed to trade this on NQ today, on ES today. In my eyes, this 15-minute candlestick could either make or break this, whether I trade today or whether I avoid the charts. Just because if we close bullish, say we closed here, I wouldn't really want to consider looking for a short. But if we rotate on down from here and close way down here, or down here even, say we saw a change in the state on the 15-minute, that would be absolutely impeccable for shorts. What a word choice. Yeah, just patience now, man. Tough thing, bro. I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning, and it's now midnight. So it's been a big day. Oh, damn, a little bit of smoke. I'm not smoking, it's a little candle. A little bit of aesthetics in the trading session always makes it feel a bit nicer. But as you can see here, this 15-minute time frame's turning up. I don't want to be open to trading if this closes way up here. If we can rotate back down, I'll still be open to seeing a little something, but right now it's just not looking too hot for what I want to see today. And that's fine. Honestly, it would kind of surprise me if we just continue to rip. But then I guess that is sort of the trend at the moment, isn't it? Is we literally just move and move and move. Realistically, gang, this isn't a bearish SMT, you know? I mean, if we rotate somehow off of this, I'm not willing to really consider that a bearish SMT, because that is not a liquidity sweep. That is just pure blitzing through the liquidity. So that concludes my trading day. In terms of today, happy with how we analysed the market and happy with how we approached it. I definitely could have taken a trade today. I mean, I called out that little long on ES earlier just off of this candlestick, but like I said, personally, I don't like to trade off that 1 minute time frame. Yeah, man, happy with how we did. That was a no trade day, and to be honest, that's probably what I needed to get back in here. Even though we didn't win, I can leave the charts feeling like I had a win, and I don't know. After a rough few days, it actually feels good to come back in here. I felt calm and I felt like I was in the right trading headspace today. I just felt super analytical with it. So, yeah, I'm happy, man. Not much more from me today. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep pumping these videos out. They're not getting views or anything, but it's actually really good for me to sort of look back on them and analyze my thought processes throughout the trading sessions. Yeah, man. Thank you boys for tuning in. If you've made it this far, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll leave all my links down the bottom. And regardless, man, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this trading session. Super happy to leave with no losses on the board. Peace and love. All the best for tomorrow, and finish the week strong. Love.